Hi everyone, Mary at Espresso Press Design. I hope you're all doing well today and thank you so much for being here. Today we're going to make some crazy whimsical flowers in honor of spring, and this was mostly because I wanted to clear out some small scraps. Very easy. I'm just going to show you a few tips to make life easier for you if you want to do these, and let's get started. So let me bring these up and show you. These are just assorted scraps, and hopefully you can tell there they have a little bit of a ruffle edge. And the only other thing you're going to want to make sure of is that you have a little bit of contrast between the layers. And these, I said, were scrapbook paper because I wanted to get rid of a bunch of scraps. But today I'm going to be using my painty papers just so I can have more of a variety. And I'll just run through those here. I really like them. These are going to be really cute on journal pages, envelopes, all kinds of things. So I have a variety of papers here, and I did one, and I chose papers with just patterns for those and these, so I really didn't want any words or anything like that, so I just tried to choose colors and pattern and making sure I have enough of a variety to get contrast. So you might want to keep that in mind. Another thing that's very helpful is I use these, which are actually clay cutting tools, and I just took my first 4 and then eliminated those 2. These flowers are 5 layers. And in the center, I either put a black dot or a white dot, but today I'm going to be using, I got some new punches. And the very center one, since I didn't want to cut out that small of a circle, I just resorted to punches. This punch is a 5/8, or I think this is also a 5/8 circle. You can resort to that. Just makes life easier. And I fussy cut all these, so you'll need scissors. But if you want a ruffled edge, if you have a decorator scissor like corkscrew, that would work great. And then we'll just need some glue and some ink. And then I'm just going to demonstrate here how to how I did this. Oh, maybe I should do that on white. So let me take this one. That way I'll get a variety of colors. So I just took my ink. I did one already. And since this ink is a little, I used a juicy ink, but then I ended up getting ink all over my fingers. So I'm using a less juicy ink today. And basically I just put some circles on my paper. Went through each size, so I got a variety of sizes and colors on each paper, or on each, a variety of circles on each color of paper, so that I tried to make sure I had enough of each color. And you can limit your colors if you want, and then try to keep a little bit of space between each circle. I could probably get another one on there. And it doesn't matter because we're just going to be, these aren't going to be perfect. But if you're like me, and you would try to do this freehand, I would end up with more egg shapes or spirals or something else than circles. So basically that's what I did for that. And then the fussy cutting. This is great fussy cutting practice. And this is going to work easier if it's closer to you, but I just did something like this. And keep turning your paper, not your scissors. And if you just want a wonky circle, that's fine. You're not going to get a perfect circle probably, no matter what you do, so don't worry about any of it. And I didn't care about, when I went to the scrapbook paper, I didn't care about what colors I was mixing, pretty much. I was just looking for contrast between the layers, and not thinking too much. This is just a little relaxing. Let's see, I keep wanting to get closer to my body because I'm having a hard time turning the paper instead of the scissors. So far away, but you just want to do an in and out motion like that. And once you get going, you will get a rhythm, and you'll have all these cut out in no time. Okay? And then you're going to want to save your scraps because you want to punch out your smallest circle. So let me just do one here with the corkscrew for you. I think it's kind of important to keep to a circle for flowers. But doing the center with the punch is going to help. Because the eye will see that flower shape. Regardless of how wonky your circle is. But that's just something I do for me because I know I would end up wasting more paper than using if I tried to do all that freehand. So I have another video with my mamagami flowers, and I use these to wet the paper and then just punch out the wet paper. That's another type of shabby flower that you can do. I've used my decorator scissors for some larger circle flowers, and then I used my circle dies, and that's just something that I find helpful for me, because if I tried to do, I know some people are very good at it and they could cut those all out freehand, but I'm not one of them. So that's the basic steps, and then let me just get some centers punched out here for the tiny ones, and I'll just add those as we go. So these circles had 5 layers, and if you want to put a bead or a rhinestone or something in the center, that's fine. But I basically, like when I first began doing them, I put either a white dot or a black dot. But then yesterday, I was thinking as I was doing these, it would be so cool if I could find a larger circle than the standard paper punch. And yesterday I went to Goodwill, and lo and behold, what did I find? A larger hole, which is 5/16, and this is about maybe a little larger. It's a little scallop. So, and it fits in the center of my it fits in the center of this scallop. So there's one. So that was a lucky find. That's never going to happen again. And I also got a new edge punch border. They had 3. I restrained myself and just went home with 3, and I don't have any more room to store another punch, so I restrained myself for once. Okay, because usually when I see punches, they're so expensive, I test it in there and make sure they work, because I've walked out of there before and got them home and they were dull or something, and now I test them all. But yeah, they all work great, and I'm very happy about adding those 3 little additions. Okay, so we're just going to start with 1 and then move on to a second one. I can see already I have fewer of this size than anything else. So I think I'm going to go with the blue. 1, 2, 3. 4. I think I want something darker for the center. So I have my pile of scraps over here. 5. Okay. And then let's do a dark. See this tangled mess coming in here? Okay. Very simple. And the reason I have a box here of scraps, scrapbook paper scraps. I am so tired of looking at these papers. So again, it was like either do something with them or make sure, chop them up evenly, put them in a bag and give them to Goodwill, which I think is what I'm going to do because I would rather not use scrapbook paper anymore. And I'm actually thinking of getting rid of 90% of it. Unless I decide to do a craft class. And then I can just use it for supplies. Now those are cute. I think I'm probably going to put the other ones in the photo though. And oh my goodness, I do not have any, hardly any darks in that second category, except for blue. Okay, here's the second one. What do we want here? Let's go with that. And then that. And again, I'm going to go with another dark. For that. And let's do a green. So I'm adding a 6th layer and a 7th layer actually on some of these. But I'm going to leave that up to you. 5 layers is fine. Oops. It stuck. Did you hear that? I just stuck my punch. Okay. So I'm probably going to have to cut out some more of this pink, peachy pink, for that second size there. But I'll do that off camera. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to put the scrapbook ones in the photo. See if I have time to finish all of these today, which I don't know. I'm a day early here filming because I forgot we had to pick up our daughter tomorrow. I literally thought I had another week, or at least till the end of this week, before that was happening. I don't know, are you like me? You don't, some days you don't even bother to look at the calendar. I do that quite frequently. So, okay, I think I'll do one or two more here. Let's try to get some contrast here, at least in pattern. Do I have a larger one? Oh, I know what I did. I picked up the wrong size. Or did I? I want a smaller one. Yeah, and then I had a problem doing all that too. I started getting my sizes mixed up. Where did you go? There, I think. Let's go back to where I was. Let's try that. Okay. Now this. 1, 2, 3. I realize I don't have a lot of contrast between the first and second in color, but at least I do in pattern. One, two, three, four. Five. Let's just get a dot. Okay. You go back where you belong. You might find it helpful if you have a separated container. Put all your different sizes in a different container. And they don't have to be centered, they can be off-centered to make them even more wonky. Like that. I do have another flower too I found in my stash that I want to do. It's quite cute. But it's kind of in fall colors. Okay, and these are a little more like spring. So, and Easter. So I will probably put the other ones in the photo, or I might just mix them all together. That'll probably work. And call this one done. And I hope you found these tips helpful. These are really cute flowers for oh my, you can do all kinds of things with these. If you want to make an Easter bonnet, paper Easter bonnet, put them on the Easter bonnet. That would be cute. Okay, everyone, you have a great day and a great week, and happy Easter, and I will see you next time. Bye.